8-4 score line, and Sentinels started off flying. Maybe G2 should have took that plane. Anyway, we have Dapper lining up some Viper utility to kick off this round. You can see right here he's going to launch his smoke. So let's go ahead and start the clip. We're going to just get a nice util lineup, and then we're going to hop into the minimap in a little bit. And this is a lurk smoke for that A ramp position. He also has the wall cutting through the A site, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about why that's important in a second. But what you're going to notice Sentinels does is they triple group inside of this Viper smoke, and then Dapper picks it up to drop it. They see the wall up at the top ramp, and let's pause here. So at this point, Sentinels is falling into a B-type strategy, right? Sentinels is a team that they don't have just one tactic on a round. They have layers, right? If the heaven hit doesn't work for X, Y, or Z reason, we're going to fall into this strat now. Okay, so let's look how they can react. So again, Dapper's wall cutting through the A site. Why is this important? It blocks the vision from the A player, as well as when Sentinels goes up this ramp, it blocks the vision from this Sage right here in the back. She no longer has the sight line towards the ramp, so Sentinels are trying to eliminate all the possibilities of the deep angles, so that way they can clear up box, right corner, as well as, you know, the close vents angle. Once they realize that this Sage wall is up, everything changes. That changes the dynamic of the strat, and they're going to use the wall almost to confuse G2, right? It's not likely that a team would push through this Viper wall on an A hit. So now let's roll through a little bit, and I'll show you what you're going to see. You're going to see Shazam entering into this A site, into his own smoke. And this is a mechanic that's not very well known in the scene. It's the fact that Jet keeps vision throughout her dash. So he drops the smoke, dashes in, and if you look closely, he's hard clearing all of the left side of the site. So everyone's trailing him right now, and on their mini maps, the Raze shows up. He's giving the comm, and let's pause it one more time really quick. And you can see simultaneously while all this is going down, we have Zom smoking both screens and a tower. So Shazam dashing in, Ten's trading the kill. That's going to put him back on 150 health on a pistol round. And let's roll it through a little bit more here. So Shazam progresses up, and what I want to draw attention to now is the post-plant setup. Everything is so well thought out when you watch a Sentinels game. You have the spike going in the corner, you have Dapper holding below Hell right here, and his job is to hold the A ramp flank, which he has a wall conveniently there to help him. You have Shazam doubled up with Sick, holding the elbow position into screens, and what do you know? Actually, that smoke that Dapper picked up is now at screens. So everyone's utility serves a purpose, everything is used perfectly, and that, my friends, is why Sentinels locked in this split pick and is catching G2 off yet again. So back I am, Lauren. I got 2 rounds for you guys, so I'm just going to hop right into it. So this round was the explosive A take that G2 tried to do, and you can see right here, Shazam, Tens, and Dapper are triple lined up right here. The 2 that are going to aggress, the duelists, Shazam and Tens. So they're going to go along the ropes, and where they're going to end up, they're going to both be on top of pipes. But the angles that they end up holding is what's really important here. Shaz has the aggressive angle to take the left entrance, and then Tens' job is to actually guard him in case anyone were to push out onto Belt. It's very important that these 2 specific duelists are in these roles because they have movement abilities. The Jet with the dash and the Reyna with the dismiss can both get away from these aggressive positions on the A site. That is why Sentinels loves running this comp. So let's run it through for a little bit here. So what I'll tell you right now is G2 slows this to try to stop any initial push. They have a smoke here right off the bat, and Nuki immediately pops his showstopper and tries to hunt Shazam down. Never in a million years would he expect a second player also on pipes, which is why he ends up falling back. He catches a glimpse of Tens, falls back, and then the round kind of chills out for a split second. Dapper, who actually shot a recon early round, is hiding in the corner. So this is Shazam getting that opening kill, Tens locking down the next 2, and then the round is literally over. So we're going to hop straight into the next round, and let's pause it for 1 second right here. So what I want to draw attention to now is Dapper throwing the same arrow over here at A. It's going to triple ping. That means it gets all of its recon little notices off, and that's a very, very good indicator that no one is around this A site and won't be for quite a bit of time, right? So the rotation will come in soon. But what I also want to show you is the fact that Kellogg's is right here in mid. If he does something, and he does, but he doesn't catch Shazam, so he's going to actually double updraft. So he, from this angle right here, can double updraft and actually see down B long, which is why he's over there right now. He has his Blade Storm out. He's going to double updraft and try to get that pick onto Shazam. Unfortunately for him, this wall from Zoms, as well as Shazam's location, kind of blocks the vision from him. So Sentinel's one step ahead in this regard. So let's roll it for a little bit right now. And this, in my opinion, is the swing round of the entire half. Shazam peeks out wide at the perfect time, ends up getting a pick, and then he ends up falling back, and this lurk by Midwall using this smoke that we previously discussed allows him to get the trade onto Shazam while simultaneously Zoms falls. So let's pause it for a split second here. We are now in this unique scenario where we're in a 3-on-3. Okay, G2 has rolled back to this A site, and they did so after Tens got a pick into middle. So Tens actually found this frag onto Mixwell, and that takes all of G2's smokes, all of their controller utility out of the equation. So that kind of filters them into this A site. Tens, playing the Reyna, again, can play in these aggressive angles that other agents cannot do. He can dismiss out of these angles. So he's playing this one and done angle for most agents, but for him, he can get the kill and dismiss out. So let's roll it for a little bit. He ends up taking out the spike, dismissing actually to this location right here, and Nookie's ability to immediately take the ropes and trade this frag onto Tens with the drone is pivotal. That frag is actually the biggest frag of the entire half in my eyes because it broke Sentinel's economy. Coldamenta's aware of the flank, and Sick ends up in this very, very difficult 1-on-2 where he manages to get one. Nookie obviously locks it down. This guy's a clutch player through and through. And this round right here shows why these teams are so evenly matched, and we might be blessed with a map 3, guys. Over till it's over, Lauren. But this round is really sick. So this is a really cool round from both teams that I want to go over today. So let me first draw attention to all the G2 players over here outside long. Oh, wrong tool. So we have all the G2 players outside long A right there, ready to get A control at the start of the round. So let's roll the clip for a little bit. You can see the turret is here. Mixwell is over by it. The guiding light comes through long. And the reason why the guiding light comes through this jet smoke, which actually comes from Kellogg. So let's pause for a split second. So we have the jet smoke from Kellogg's that went right here in A main. The guiding light goes behind it. That puts in the mind of a normal player that, you know, the attackers are aggressively pushing long at that point. But this is Tens, and Tens does not fall off of this angle, which is massive. It means the fake does not work. It means Sentinels will not over-rotate. Mixwell is still holding very passively over here at the A side, just in case anyone were to push through, and right away, G2 rolls and plays this passive default setup. You can see they're spread out, and it's going to end up being a garage split. I'd also like to draw some attention to why Sentinels is capable of doing certain things in stacking places. You can see the double trips front B, as well as an Astra Star. So the Astra Star will turn into a gravity well. There's a cage there as well. So B is just a death trap. You do not want to go there on this particular round. And then C, it's a very hard site to hold, especially against pops when you're someone like Astra. So how does Sentinels deal with this? Well, this first Astra Star would activate as a smoke. The second one would turn into a gravity well if there was a C-pop. And then Zoms even puts a third star right next to him, just in case there's a hit and he can hide in his own smoke, dodge recons, dodge a drone. You know, he's capable of moving around. Guiding lights won't blind him. Trailblazers can't get him. So he has all this planned out utility. In addition to that, we have Dapper's cam on the wall for more info. Sick is playing garage on the rotate. So let's keep going a little bit now. And what you're going to see is the Sky is going to use the Seekers to clear out garage. And that is what's going to activate the start of this round. So Sky is gathering by garage. She has the spike. And you can see Mixwell still by this A lobby. The Sage is grouping up. And there it is. The Seekers come in and the garage split is on. And let's pause it real quick. So what you're going to see now is the Sage has walled window. That means that they can fully focus on this split. They don't need to worry about anything behind them. But also simultaneously, we have Kellogg's throwing a smoke and dashing into it into the C site. We mentioned this earlier with Shazam. The Jets dash in, they get the vision with the dash, and they're getting tons of info. He's following the Seeker. He knows exactly where everyone is. Sick counter ults, and this is the game-changing play by Sick, in my opinion. He ults around this spawn corner, and you can see him right here. This is his ult form. He's a free body to help deal with this hit, and he's a massive nuisance to G2 on this hit. In addition to that, Zoms plays this perfectly. He activates that second smoke that I was referring to in the site, and let's play it a little bit more right now. So Zoms Nest in the site, takes out the Seeker. That allows Sick to get that frag on the spike. Sage gets the trade, and Kellogg's is scrambling, trying to get Zoms back site, and he does. But look, Sick has rotated in from back site now, and he is on plat, taking Zoms' place. And he has this insane crossfire setup. So now Sentinels is immediately in this 4-on-2, and they're so aware of G2's intentions. Look, they're just rotating all over the place, leaving the C site. They know the C site is locked down. They have a camera there on Dapper, and that's when Dapper's trip hits. And it signals Shazam to blind ult into the B site, and the round is over. I think both of these teams played this round phenomenally well. And it just goes to show the level of play between these two teams is absolute top-notch.